Hey folks, I'm Rick with Cornell Enterprises. First off, I'd like to thank you for your purchase of one of the 3 HuntPac models that we have. We're going to go over the parts list and basic assembly instructions. With your purchase, you will have received your frame, your nuts and bolts, your cross pieces, your call pouch, backpack, and your seating. And for some models you will receive the knobs for your extendable legs depending on the model that you have. First we'll start off with the seat back. The cross piece that comes with that is definitely shorter than your other 3. And what you'll have to do is due to the bending and whatnot, you may have to stretch this a little bit to get it in there. It will go, and it doesn't really require a lot of effort. You take one of your button head socket cap screws into the insert. I don't tighten anything down until I'm done with my total assembly of all my pieces. You'll have an Allen wrench with you that comes with the kit, and you just simply tighten this down. Here again, like I said, I do not tighten everything down completely until I know everything's fitted together. We'll just snug that for now and set this out of your way. You'll end up looking like that. You'll still have your holes here where this will bolt to the sides. Next, you'll take your right side and your left side of the chair. Noted by the tabs will be welded on the inside. Will be facing like this. Now on the XT and the X1A, you will have slots in the front legs, and in the back for the XT. Those will be to the outside. Just simply take one of your cross pieces. Here again, another one of your button head socket cap screws, and just tighten it in there a little bit. You can either put all 3 pieces in on one side first, or alternate. Basically, we want to get these cross braces in first. And here again, I will leave them loose until everything's put together. Of course, we're going to repeat that process for this side. On the HuntPac 101 that comes with the end caps, you can put them in at any time, either after your frame installation or before. And in doing so, what you would simply do is squeeze them together to create a little star shape, and then they'll fit right in there. And you'll have to tap them in with a hammer. All right, as you can see, everything's still a little loose, which is how I want it. Now I'll take my seat back and lay it on the frame. You'll have a carriage bolt, some flange washers, and some Teflon washers. The carriage bolt will start through the tab, and you will have to put your plastic washer in between the tab and the seat back. It is a carriage bolt, so you just kind of get it started, and then it has its own grooves to lock into. You want to make sure it's lined up correctly. You then take a fender washer and your nylock nut and just loosely put it on there. Repeat that with the left side. And you'll need a 7/16 wrench or socket. When you're tightening down the nylock nuts, when the threads of the bolt start to come through, you're usually tight enough. You want it to be snug, but you don't want it to be to the point where the seat back will not raise up and down. Here again, when I'm tightening this, I always make sure that the carriage bolt is lined up into the slot designated for the head. There we go. See, it's tight, but not too tight. Now I'll take my Allen wrench and begin to tighten all my button head socket cap screws. You want to hold the cross members to keep them lined up. Periodically, as you use the HuntPac, I would recommend that you check your button head socket cap screws for tightness, because they can loosen up, and you'll want to make sure that everything's in proper working order. As with any of your hunting weapons, whether it's your bow or your rifle, you always check it before the season, and we recommend you do the same with your chair. Now at this time your frame should be complete. The back moves freely. It's snug, which is how we like it. For the 101AX and the 102 XT, you will end up with the XT, you have 4 legs. With the 101AX, you only have 2 extendable legs. And on the installation of that, you just simply take, which they're marked front and back. When you put them inside here, you're going to want to make sure that the feet are turned towards the inside of the chair. Just simply slide it in. They don't have to go all the way up. What you're now going to do is take one of your control knobs. You will put the fender washer on the knob first, and then the Teflon washer. This washer is going to be what bites into this to keep your adjustment where you want it. All I have to do is loosen it, move it up and down. Just repeat that. Like I said, on the 101AX, you'll have just 2 of them, which would be for the front. On the XT, you have 4, so it'll be 2 in the back. The knobs are rubber coated, so in cold weather you don't have to worry about your hands grabbing onto some cold plastic or slipping off, and it's got a good grip to it. We're going to repeat this for this side. By having the feet turned in, as you're using the HuntPac or packing it in and out, you don't have to worry about them catching onto anything. They're out of the way. Alright, now we'll go over the seat installation and the bag installation. At this time, what I like to do is take and use my seat back to hold the frame up. You will remove the seat back from the seat bottom. Alright, underneath here you'll have your 4 cross straps. Just simply unbuckle them. Lay them in line of the way that they are. And to make sure that you've got it right, if your seat back's this way, take this buckle and hold it up. And that will make sure that this seat, when it goes on, is not going to be upside down or turned the wrong way. Simply just take your webbing and work it through. And what I do is I do my vertical ones first. And at this time, like I said, we're not going to tighten anything down. We're just simply going to line everything up. Alright, get it under the right. There we go. And now what I like to do is make sure everything's out of the way, but I make sure that my seat is now centered on the frame. I don't want it to one side more than the other. I want it as centered as I can get it. Then you simply snug down on your straps, making sure that you're still even. And here again, as you use the HuntPac from time to time, being that it's new, what ends up happening is you'll get some stretch, so you will have to retighten your webbing. next thing I want to put onto the frame is the backpack. The backpack can be removed and used by itself, and it can be used with the chair. It has 4 attachment straps to allow you to attach it to your HuntPac, to your tree stand. And the first thing I do is I attach the top of the bag to this first crossbar. The bottom buckles will attach to this bottom webbing. Safety thing, do not attach the bottom buckles to this bottom bar, because what can happen is as you're packing in and out, the bag can shift, allowing the buckle to slide. So when you sit in the chair, your seat back, when it opens up, will break your buckle. So you want to attach the top to the frame, the bottom to the webbing. And you can do it either way. You can lay it this way and attach the bottom first. And in fact, I'll show you that. And you can loosen them up to give yourself some room. It doesn't have to be tightly attached. Now, simply do the same for the top, but these will go around the bar. Here again, when you attach this, give yourself enough room that the buckle will not be against the frame, but underneath it. When you sit on it, you can cause it to break. It is plastic. Repeat that for this side. Next, we will go with the call pouch. The call pouch can be used as a fanny pack, and you can use it on either side of the chair. But in normal transport, I have it attached to this bar, so when I'm packing in and out, it's hanging in a natural position and nothing's going to be flopping around making any noise. And here again, when I attach this, I like my straps to be loose enough to where the buckle will not be against the frame. We're almost there. For your seat back installation, let me move this right here a minute. What I was going to show you is this strap here. What this does is when you're transporting it, you will put the seat on this way, so when it's folded down, it will buckle into the female, putting the padding against your back and therefore allowing it to lay flat. When you're sitting in it, you just simply unbuckle, like a little pillowcase. You will then slide it over the top and adjust your, and I'll show you, I'll turn this around. Alright, now when you tighten, you are going to want to tighten these down, because that gives you your support. If it's loose, then it'll bow in too much in the middle and you'll have no lumbar support. You can as well take a piece of foam pipe insulation and put it on this bar before you put the seat on, or before you buckle it. And what that'll allow for is some extra lumbar and give you some extra padding in that area. And like I said, for transport, you just simply spin this around. Here again, you always reattach your buckles. Let me spin this so you can see. Just simply lay this down and buckle it in. And that's your basic installation and assembly instructions. Here again, like I said, with the 101, you'll get these caps that'll go into your legs and you can put them in at any time. We thank you once again for your purchase.